And four, well, most importantly, you need your disc golf disc. First off, just looking at these discs right here, we have a regular Frisbee right here. If you notice, it's a little bit larger. It's primarily made of plastic. And this one is used for the game of Ultimate Frisbee. Moving along, you see the 3 disc golf discs. 1, 2, 3. From the top angle, they all look very similar. These ones, made of more of a rubber material. Still plastic, but still this is a little bit flimsier. But when you get to look at the edges, they all look very different. Stack those together for you. From top to bottom, we have a putter, which is used for short range distances, this white one right here. In the middle, we have a mid-range disc. At the bottom, we have a driver. This is used for far distances. The edges on these discs help to determine the distance that the disc will go. This one for putting, like I said before, has a rounded edge. That means it will go short distances. Does not go very far. This one here, used for the fairway or mid-range, has a little bit of an edge to it, kind of pointy. This one goes further than the putter, but shorter than the driver. And last, this is the driver. This is also the heaviest of the discs. This one is meant to start off just like in golf. You throw it for distance as far as you can. Now that you have your discs selected, you got driver, fairway or mid-range distance, and putter, you're ready to golf. Coming up to this hole right here, if you do not have a map, most courses will have a picture for you telling you where to go and how far the hole is. If I look to my right, I will then see the tee box area. This is where every golfer starts. Between driver, mid-range, and putter, I'm going to select the driver. I'll just put these down here. I saw from the map earlier that the hole goes to my right this way. If I look this way, there's some water up ahead. There's a guy fishing I see. And there's a wall over there. I don't want to go in that direction. Now, there are 2 ways to throw a Frisbee. There is one, backhand. That's when you throw the disc like this, with the back of your hand leading. And then there's forehand, which is when you throw in this direction, leading with the forearm. Disc golf, unlike Ultimate Frisbee, the discs move in a much different pattern. Whenever you start off in a backhand throw, whichever direction your finger is pointing, that's the direction that the Frisbee will try to turn. No matter what, once a Frisbee starts off, it may start going off to the right, it will eventually curve back to the left. Same with the forehand. If you start the disc going off to the left, it's going to come back to the right. So, since I want the disc to start left to right, I'm going to select forehand. I'm going to get a stance right on the mat here. I'm going to start with forehand right here. I'm going to wind up, and I'm going to release out a little bit towards that wall so it can curve around to the right. Let's give that a try. After you throw the discs, you have to walk towards the disc that you threw, finding the grass right up here, and right where this landed, right there, that's where you place the other discs down, and this is where you're going to throw from. Now that I see my target, I'm going to decide which Frisbee I can use now. I believe I would like to use this fairway driver, or the mid-range. Now I stand in the same spot that my last disc just landed, And now I decide which throw to use. If I use backhand, it's going to come back right to left. If I use forehand, it's going to go left to right. I can see there's water on the right there. So for me, I don't want to risk using a backhand to get it anywhere near that water and that tree. I'd like to use a forehand so I can keep it on this left side. Now that I arrived at the disc that I threw, I'm going to put down my other discs, pick this one up, and shuffle through to decide which one I want to use now. First, I need to know where my target is. If I look up, I can see my target is about 10 feet in front of me. That tells me I'm going to use my putter. Now it's time to use putting. Notice it says putt and approach. For the putt and approach, I'll get a stance about square to the target, just like this. For putting, I will get a stance just like this, square to the target, hold the disc in front of me. Now I'm going to use a backhand. Backhand is much more accurate than forehand. Because it's in a basket, I would like to create an arc so it comes up and lands right in the basket. The idea is to hit the chains in that basket to help slow the momentum of the disc. Let's give that a shot. Woo!